guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the absolute best chapter Dead by Daylight could have ever made come true, and that is Castlevania. Yes, that is right. The PTB for Castlevania just dropped, and we are going to be walking you through everything that you need to know about this. And I also have footage for you this time. Yes, I heard you. But before we get into it, make sure that you guys are subscribed and prepare your thumbs for liking this video. You may already like it just because, I don't know, we ride like that, you know, we trust each other, we're tight. I don't know, whatever. So, without further ado, let's jump into it and talk about my beloved Dracula. Dead by Daylight has welcomed Dracula, or also known as the Dark Lord, and Trevor Belmont into the fog. Yes, it is true. It has been teased at the end of the anniversary stream back in May, but now it's real. It's here, and it's just... I love this so much. It's literally the best chapter they have ever put out. And I may be biased because I am living in Transylvania, the vampire land. But I have tested this. I have played it. I've played both Killer and Survivor. And I'm here to lay it out for you why I think that is the best chapter. And by the end of this video, you're also going to think the same thing. For those of you that don't know, the PTB for Castlevania has launched on the 6th of August and contains the basic information with the basic version of the DLC. We have Dracula, the Dark Lord, and Trevor Belmont. There's no cosmetics, no alternate anything, it's just them. And that's enough for us to be stunned. The full chapter is going to come out on the 27th of August, and I'm here to already cheer for it and tell you that you need to buy this. Let's start with the main attraction, and that would be Dracula himself. Dracula has 3 versions available to play as in-game, and it's literally the 3-in-1, just like shampoo, but it's very, very, very fascinating because we have him as a vampire, full fleshed out vampire that wields hellfire, and it's terrifying, absolutely hot, terrifying. And then while you use this power, you notice, wait, shapeshift into a wolf or shapeshift into a bat? What are they even talking about? Dracula is another floating killer. He's tall, he's dark, mysterious, handsome, terrifying. We've talked about that. His power is something very, very similar to Pyramid Head's. Hellfire is going to go through anything as long as you see the survivor on the other side. It's pretty easy, pretty basic, pretty thank you, bam. His other shapes are what make him interesting because you have the wolf, and the wolf is literally that. You're like in third person, like for example when you're playing Chucky, and you have a wolf that you control. And here is where one of the most exciting parts of his power comes in for me. You have tracking ability when it comes to playing the wolf. Sure, you have a pounce. It's, I think, what people wanted from a werewolf killer for a very long time. When you're playing as the wolf, you also, as I said, you can pounce and you can track. And by tracking, I mean that when you're playing as the wolf, survivors are dropping these things which are called scent orbs. And scent orbs behave just like Oni's blood orbs, for example. The thing is, they are dropped in such manner that you can tell which way they went. Brilliant. I love this. Also, every single time you collect a scent orb, you gain haste. That facilitates your tracking and your chase. I love it. Also, as I said, you can pounce, and you can actually even do a double pounce for those of you that might want that. I've seen people actually do the hug tech with a wolf. It's really, really fun. I love this. It's brilliant. When I played Killer, you know, this is like more of a side thing. When I played Killer, I played in the wolf version best because I just loved it. It was creative. It was something different. And I think I loved it visually most. What I'm about to show you is going to shock you, but that is going to be the bat form. And that is, wait, you're not the bat form that I was talking about. What are you doing here? Anyway, the bat form is this. The bat form is really, really interesting because it has a combination of other killers in Dead by Daylight. You're going to find the most similarities with this form in Spirit or Freddy because it has both abilities of teleportation but also tracking. When you're in the bat form, you don't see people, you don't see survivors, but you do see scratch marks and you hear things around you. Most amazing thing about this is that you can walk through any vault without physically interacting with it. So you can just like float over a vault, a pallet, anything. So another really great thing about this shape is the fact that as a bat, when you are in the bat shapeshift, you can teleport to any vault location in your range, just like Freddy. It's just that it just to a vault location. It's really good. I managed to catch someone off guard with this, and it was really satisfying. Yoink. Oh my god! I gagged him! I feel like Dracula is really cool. I love his design. I love his power. I've been asked this a lot of times while we were in the PTB and after, because hello, this is the life of a streamer. But everyone's asked me like how I feel about him, where would I place him. I don't think he's in any way, shape or form the best killer out there, but also I don't think that he's like the weakest. What I think he is, I think he's fun, and I think he's fun to play and play against. Now, when you add a new killer, those are the two considerants that I look for. I want to know how great it is to play as, but I also want to know how fun it is to go against, because I'm a survivor main after all. So it's really important for me to enjoy going against certain killers. Now, I have made this comparison a lot, but I've compared him to Vecna with the amount of powers, no, with amount of like sub powers, if you will, in his power. But he's also very comparable to the Knight with the guards. I just feel like the fact that you physically transform yourself is the original point or selling point of this killer. Somehow, Knight seems very easy with his extra, like with the sub powers, you know, with the guards and sending them and making them break things, blah, blah, blah. I feel like he's like on the easy spectrum of this. And Vecna, on the other hand, he's overwhelming for a new player. He is, a lot of things are happening. You have a ton of things to do with your power, and they all just like pop on your screen, and you're like, oh my god, like, am I chasing the survivor, or am I like choosing between my powers? You see what I'm saying? And I feel like he's somewhere, like Dracula is somewhere in between. And I love that. I enjoyed that. And as I said, when I played him, I enjoyed every aspect of that. The Dark Lord's perks are as it follows. Dominance. The power you wield over the land strikes terror in the hearts of all who cross your path. Calls upon the entity to block chests and totems for 4, 6, 8 seconds that are interacted with by a survivor for the first time in the trial. The auras of blocked chests and totems are revealed to you in white. Next up, we have Hex Wretched Fate. You see your victim from afar, resolve to prolong their suffering. After a generator is completed, Hex Wretched Fate activates and lights a random dull totem, cursing the obsession. Reduces their repair speed by 27, 30, 33%. The aura of the Hex totem is revealed to them within 12 meters. And last but not least, Human Greed. We can all relate to that. One can always rely on the avarice of the living and use it to one's advantage. Grants the ability to kick open chests and close them. Increases the unlocking speed on kicking chests by 50%. The auras of unopened chests are revealed to you at all times. The auras of survivors coming within 8 meters of unopened or closed chests are revealed to you for 3 seconds. Human Greed has a cooldown of 80, 70, 60 seconds on the ability to kick chests. We're also going to touch briefly on the add-ons, because I feel like this is a first in the Dead by Daylight history where the iridescent add-on is living up to its name and rarity, and that is Alucard's Shield. This is a phenomenal, beautiful add-on. And this one activates the moment exit gates have opened. And drum rolls, please. When the exit gates are opened, hellfire just starts bursting randomly, very rapidly from the ground. And that makes it for survivors, especially injured survivors, almost impossible to escape unless you just like zigzag through the hellfire. It's brilliant. Finally, we have an add-on that lives up to its rarity. Love that. There's also another one that where hellfire kind of follows survivors around. That one's really cute too. But this one, chef's kiss. We've talked about Dracula and how fun and amazing and he is. But now let's talk about Trevor Belmont. Trevor Belmont is a man of few words. A lot of people I know that wanted his dad to be the protagonist of this DLC, but here we are. We have him. He's here. He's beautiful. He's tall. He's an elf. That's what I think he looks like most. And I love him. He's my, he's my baby girl. And these are his perks as it follows. Exaltation. Fortune favors the bold, even in the darkest corners of existence. Stunning the killer with a pellet upgrades the rarity of your held item to the next tier. Recharges the item by 25%. The upgraded rarity is not kept at the end of the trial. Exaltation has a cooldown of 40, 35, 30 seconds. Next up, we have the Eyes of Belmont. A history of vampire hunting imbues the bloodline with certain abilities. Whenever a generator is completed, the aura of the killer is revealed to you for 1, 2, 3 seconds. Extends the duration of all instances of the killer's aura being revealed to you by 2 seconds. Eyes of Belmont benefits from its own effect. And last but not least, a moment of glory. A hero should always have the chance to make a comeback. After performing the unlocking or rummaging action on chests a total of 2 times, Moment of Glory activates. When you become injured, you instantly suffer from the broken status effect. You are automatically healed 1 health state after 80, 70, 60 seconds. The effect is cancelled prematurely if you enter the dying state. Moment of Glory does not activate if you already suffer from the broken status effect. I know this is going to be asked, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I don't think that Moment of Glory is going to be broken, OP, game breaking. I really don't think. I feel like this is going to be another Blood Rush moment. You guys remember that? When everybody lost their shit everywhere because of like how OP Blood Rush is going to be, and it turned out to be shit. But anyway, Moment of Glory, I really don't think is going to be that freaking crazy. I feel like it just needs too much setup, and I don't think that people are going to be willing to do that when they can just instead not do this and just go on with whatever the plan was before this. Now, Eyes of Belmont, why would you use this when you can use Dark Sense and it's a free perk? But again, not my favorite. However, Exaltation seems to be something that I'm going to be using from now on in my flashlight saves build, alongside background player and the likes of that. It's definitely going to be something that I'm going to be using a lot more. I think is the only perk that I'm willing to use out of this. I'm trying to be very frank here. I'm trying to be honest because I want you guys to have an idea before it comes live on the 27th of August. So I want you guys to get the facts. I want you guys to get the truth of how I feel, and I want to express as clear as possible from my experience. As I said, Moment of Glory is not worth all the setup, and Eyes of Belmont, you can use Dark Sense. It does exactly the same thing. Whenever a generator pops, you see the killer. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Or you can just use Fogwise. Every single time you hit a great skill check when working on generators, you see the killer's aura. That's almost permanent aura reading. Exaltation though, I have tested, I have tried, and I've loved, and I cannot wait to use in my very bold builds. Yay! Unfortunately, the DLC for Castlevania does not feature a map. However, the Dark Lord's castle is featured in every original map every single time you go against him. So he's going to be projected somewhere on this in the sky, in the outer bounds of the map. So it's always going to be there when you look up, and it's going to be mysteriously looking back at you. The last thing that we're going to need to touch up on when it comes to the Castlevania DLC is the fact that when the DLC is going to drop on the 27th of August, is also going to be accompanied by a cosmetic collection where the banner of it already features Alucard, which in the series is Dracula's son, which is half vampire, half human, as I have come to learn because I know nothing of Castlevania, but I love vampires. And people have lost it and they're so excited about it. I myself as well am excited. So Alucard seems to be a survivor skin, but I bet you, I'm willing to bet you, not much because I'm a streamer, but I know for sure that they're going to bring a lot of cosmetics for both Dracula and Trevor. So yeah, I feel like this is it. This is the end. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're here at the end, let me know in a comment down below what's the most exciting part about this DLC and what are you looking forward most when it's going to come to life. Thank you so much guys for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in my next one.